वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
खण्डं सच्चिदानन्दं
मनसगोचरम्
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
गुरूनाराध्य वेदान्तसारं रक्ष्ये यथामति।
गुरूनाराध्य वेदान्तसारं वक्ष्ये यथामति।
अत्र शोणः धावति इति
अत्र शोणः धावतीति
वाक्यवत् अजगत् लक्षणा अपि न संभवति।
जगल्लक्षणा अपि न संभवति।
तत्र शोणगुणगमनलक्षणस्य
शोणगुणगमनलक्षणस्य
वाक्यार्थस्य विरुद्धत्वात्
वाक्यार्थस्य विरुद्धत्वात्
तत् अपरित्यागेन
तद् अपरित्यागेन
तदाश्रय अश्वादिलक्षणया
तदाश्रय
तदाश्रय अश्वादिलक्षणया
अश्वादिलक्षणया
तद्विरोध परिहार संभवात्
तद्विरोध
परिहार
परिहार
संभवात्
संभवात्
अजलक्षणा संभवति
जहल्लक्षणा
अजहल्लक्षणा
संभवति।
संभवति।
अत्र तु परोक्षत्व अपरोक्षत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्य एकत्वस्य
परोक्षत्वापरोक्षत्वाद् आदि विशिष्ट चैतन्य
वाक्यार्थस्य
वाक्यार्थस्य
विरुद्धत्वात्
विरुद्धत्वात्
तत् अपरित्यागेन
तद् अपरित्यागेन
तत्सम्बन्धिनः
तत्सम्बन्धिनः
यस्य कस्यचित्
यस्य कस्यचित् अर्थस्य
लक्षित्वे अपि
लक्षित्वे अपि
तद्विरोध परिहार असंभवात्
तद्विरोध परिहार असंभवात्
अजगल्लक्षणा न संभवति एव
अजहल्लक्षणा न संभवति एव।
So that we have seen. मुख्यार्थ वृत्ति doesn't help in explaining the Mahavakya. Therefore, Lakshana Vritti has to be considered. Lakshana Vritti is of three types: Jagal Lakshana, Ajagal Lakshana, Jagal Lakshana iti Trividaha. Jagal Lakshana, the first Lakshana, cannot be applied. Why? Because that requires Swartha Parityaha. Swartha Parityagena यथा गंगायां घोषः दृष्टान्ते गंगायां घोषः तत्र तीरम् इति पदं न श्रूयते। गंगापदं परित्यज्य तत्र तीरपदं स्वीकृतः अस्ति। तीरपदं न श्रुतः। तीरपद-अश्रवणेन तदर्थ अप्रतीतौ लक्षणया तत्प्रतीति अपेक्षा अस्ति। Therefore, गंगायां घोषः इति दृष्टान्ते तत्र तीरपदस्य अश्रूयमानत्वात्, therefore गंगा पदं त्यक्त्वा तत्र तीरपदस्य स्वीकरणं भवति। तद्वत् अत्र न भवति। कुत्र महावाक्ये तत्त्वमसि महावाक्ये भवितुं न शक्यते। बिकॉज तत् महावाक्ये तु तत्पदं तथा त्वं पदं च श्रूयेते एव। It is very well there, unlike Gangayam Ghoshah. Therefore, Therefore, jagal lakshana cannot be. That padam which is not heard is brought in by dropping the word which is there in the sentence. That is jagal lakshana. Tira padam not there. Gangayam goshaha here. Suppose Gangayaha tire goshaha asti. Then you cannot apply jagal lakshana. Atra jagal lakshana bhavitum na argati. Kimartam na argati. Tira padam iti asti eva vakye. अतः गंगा अतः जगल्लक्षणा अत्र न भवति यत् पदं न श्रूयते तस्य स्वीकरणम् एव जगल्लक्षणायाः लक्षणम् therefore यत् पदं न श्रूयते किन्तु तत् त्वमसि महावाक्ये तत्र तु तत्त्वं पदयोः श्रूयमानत्वम् अस्ति therefore तदर्थ प्रतीतौ तस्य अर्थ प्रतीतौ अन्यतर पदेन अन्यतर पदार्थ प्रतीति अपेक्षा नास्ति therefore जगल्लक्षणा न स्वीकृतः न संगच्छते न संभवति सम्यक् अजगल्लक्षणा भवति इति चेत् अजगल्लक्षणा इति युक्ते किम् यथा दृष्टान्ते दृष्टान्तद्वारा आचार्यः अजगल्लक्षणा किम् इति उक्तवान् शोणः धावति इति अस्मिन् दृष्टान्ते शोणः इत्युक्ते शोणः इति वर्णः रक्तः रक्तवर्णः कथं रक्तवर्णस्य वर्णस्य विशेषणस्य धावनं भवति न भवति शोणः इत्युक्ते रक्तवर्णः वर्णः वर्णः विशेषणं विशेषणम् अस्ति विशेषणं तु स्वयं भवितुं न अर्हति विशेष्ये एव भवति विशेषणं शोण इति गुणं कश्चित् गुणः शोणः इति गुणगमनलक्षणस्य वाक्यार्थः तु शोणगुणगमनं चलनं विरुद्धः अस्ति अतः तत् परित्यागेन अपरित्यागेन क्षम्यतां तत् अपरित्यागेन not giving up the meaning of the word shona किन्तु तत् आश्रय पद शोण गुण पद आश्रय अश्वादि लक्षणया स्वीकृतः अस्ति तेन विरोध परिहार संभवति तदेव अजगल्लक्षणा इति अत्र कस्यापि पदार्थस्य त्यागः न भवति किन्तु अन्य पदार्थस्य स्वीकरणं यथा अश्वः इति पदार्थस्य स्वीकरणं भवति अत्र शोणः अश्वः धावति तद् अजगल्लक्षणा सम्यक् अजगल्लक्षणा संभवति अत्र अस्मिन् महावाक्ये इति चेत् तदपि न भवति कथं न भवति आचार्यस्य सही क्लियर्ली अत्र तु न संभवति इति a supposition given by पूर्वपक्षी why cannot be applied here na why परोक्षत्व विशिष्ट चैतन्यः ईश्वरः विशिष्ट चैतन्यम् ईश्वरः अपरोक्षत्व विशिष्ट चैतन्यं जीवः तदेव वाक्यार्थः तत्त्वं पदयोः विरुद्धत्वात् तत् अपरित्यागेन विरुद्धत्वात् किमर्थं विरुद्धः तत् तथा त्वं पदयोः अभेदः कल्पितः महावाक्यम् किन्तु तत्पदेन परोक्षत्वादि चैतन्यं त्वं पदेन अपरोक्षत्वादि चैतन्यम् अभिहितः अस्ति अतः वाक्यार्थस्य विरुद्धत्वात् वाक्यार्थे विरुद्धः अस्ति किन्तु तत् अपरित्यागेन विरुद्धार्थ अपरित्यागेन तत्सम्बन्धिनः यस्य कस्यचित् पदार्थस्य लक्षित्वे अपि किं भवति विरोध परिहार असंभवात् because the contradiction is not given up contradiction not reconciled Therefore, Ajagal-lakshana api na sambhavati eva. When Purva Pakshi suggests Ajagal-lakshana, then that is negated. Purva Pakshi says, Tatra sambhavati iti Purva Vakye. Tatra Jagal-lakshana sambhavati. Then we say, Atra na sambhavati. Ajagal-lakshana sambhavati, Drishtante sambhavati. Shonaha davati iti Drishtante sambhavati. Kintu Atra, Tatra iti Drishtante. एतत् वाक्यं पूर्व पक्षिणः वाक्यं तत्र इति तस्मिन् दृष्टान्ते अजगल्लक्षणा सम्भवति किन्तु दाष्टान्ते अत्र महावाक्य तत्र त्वमसि इति महावाक्यार्थे न सम्भवति किमर्थं न सम्भवति अजगल्लक्षणा विरोध परिहार असम्भवात् there should be a parihara of the contradiction, reconciliation of the contradiction. Where is the reconciliation? Tatpadena parokshata chaitanyam adigitam. Tatpadena parokshata chaitanyam adigitam. Tatpadena aparoksha chaitanyam adigitam. Lakshitam. Viruddha asti eva. Parokshata aparokshata viruddha. Paroksha iti asau iti दूरे वर्तते अपरोक्ष इति समीपे वर्तते दूर समीप इति देश भेदः अस्ति देश भेदः काल भेदः देश भेदः इत्युक्ते काल भेदः अपि अतः विरोधः अजगल्लक्षणया विरोध परिहारः न संभवति अतः जगल्लक्षण अत्र न संभवति महावाक्यात् न संभवति इति सिद्धान्तिनः वदन्ति किन्तु पूर्वपक्षी उक्तवान् किम् उक्तवान् that is what we have to read. Let us read from here. तत्पदं त्वं पदं वा स्वार्थ विरुद्ध अंश परित्यागेन here the sandhi is challenging. Sandhi is challenging not because of the sandhi. At this point, the line is broken up and the hyphen is given. So yogina, suppose yogenam shanta rasagit, shantara sagita, something will read. This is not parityagena. Next word is amshantara sagitam. In this book, because of the format given, it is challenging. Not otherwise, it is challenging. But it is easy only. Swartha viruddha amsha parityagena amshantara sahitam. Okay. Tvam padartham tat padartham va lakshayatu ataha katam prakarantarena bhagalakshana angikaranam iti vachyam. Purva Pakshi thinks why Siddhanti is very keen on Bhagalakshana, Bhagatyaha Lakshana. Bhagatyaha Lakshana is Jagal Lakshana, third Lakshana, which is yet to come. Why are you going to the next one? You can do it here itself. And he argues. Bhagalakshana Angikaranam na vachyam na bhavati. Kimatam na bhavati. He gives a suggestion. He makes a suggestion that na should be connected to vachyam, na vachyam. भागलक्षणाङ्गीकरणं सन्धि भागलक्षणायाः अङ्गीकरणं भागलक्षणाङ्गीकरणम् इति न वाच्यं, should not be said. The na should be connected to na vacyam. Then the rest of the words, what does it mean? Tvam padam tatpadam tvam padam va swartha viruddha amsha parityagena. The word tat can give up the contradictory amsha portion part. Contradictory part can that tat padam can give up. Giving up the contradictory part, retain the samana amsha. Viruddha amsha parityagaha samana amsha swikaranam. Retaining the common part. First we have to know, we have to be very clear. What are the viruddha amsha, what are the samana amsha? Viruddha amsha is parokshatva, aparokshatvadi, therefore sarvanyatva, alpagyatva, viruddha, sarvashaktimatva, alpashaktimatva. Upadi vedat, veda hasti eva viruddha amsha. Those viruddha amsha, those contradictory aspects. So tat referring to upadi sagita chaitanya, Ishvaraha. Tvam referring to upadi sagita, veshti upadi sagita chaitanyam, Jivaha. So contradictory aspects are there. There's a common aspect also, samana aspect. In fact, that is important. You have to give up only the contradictory aspect, not the common aspect. You should not throw the baby with the bathwater. So, retaining the common. What is the common? Chaitanya. Chaitanyam, samana amshaha, parokshatva, parokshatvadi, viruddha amshaha. Therefore, with regard to tatpadam, let us take tatpadam. Drop the contradictory portion, retain the common part, which is Chaitanyam. That is Chaitanyam. That is Chaitanyam. Now, that is Chaitanyam because we have dropped the contradictory part. That is Chaitanyam without any limitation. No Upadi. So, Upadi is dropped. Similarly, Tvam Padam is now, we are taking just Tat Padam and dropping the contradictory part. Tvam Padam we are not touching. Tvam Padam is, it is Vyashti Upadi Sagita Chaitanyam, therefore it is limited. In the Tat Padam, the contradictory part is dropped and the common part is retained, which is Chaitanyam. In the Tvam Padam, it is Vyashti Upadi Sagita Chaitanyam, it is as it is. Now, this limitedness and limitlessness are contradictory. So what the Purva Pakshi is suggesting, now the Tatpadam, which is free from the contradictions, to divide off these contradictory aspects. Now, what you do, you add to the Tatpadam the Upadi, that is the attributes of the Tum, what is denoted by Tum Padam. Now what happens? Now the equation is there. Now we have the equation. Both sides can be equated. The idea is the Tatpadam, divide off the contradictory aspects, becomes Tvam when the Tvam-pada attributes are Svikarta, taken into the Tatpadam. Tatpadam is by Tatpadera Chaitanyam eva abhigitam. Now the Chaitanya, Tatpada, the Chaitanyam will take up Svikarana, because that is what Ajaga Lakshana is about. Ajaga Lakshana is we should add. So you add the attributes that Tvam-pada, that is Vyashti Upadi attributes to the Chaitanyam, which is denoted by the Tatpadam. Now the equation is there. Or in other way, Tvam-padam, if you take Tvam-padam, you drop the, there also we have Viruddha Amsha, Samana Amsha. Viruddha Amsha is Upadi is Viruddhamsha, and Samanamsha is Chaitanyam. So you set aside the Viruddhamsha, take the Samanamsha Chaitanyam. And Tat-padam, which is Chaitanyam plus Upadhi, Upadhi is as attributes. Therefore, that attributes now you add to the Tvam-padam. The Tvam-padam now, which is devoid of the contradictory express only Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam plus the Upadhi, the attributes of Tat-padam. Now it is equated, both sides. Right hand side and left hand side are same. It is suggestion. Swartha viruddha amsha parityagena amsha amshantara sagitam amshantara anya amsha bayura vimsakari tatpurish compound amshantara sagitam tam padartham tat padartham va lakshayatu. May it denote katam prakarantana. Why, when this is possible, why you are going to the next method, next bhaga, that is katam prakarantarena anya prakara, that is bhaga lakshana. Why you are going to bhaga lakshana? Bhaga lakshana swikaranam katam prakarantena bhaga lakshana yaha swikaranam katam na vachyam iti. Na vachyam, not required. Iti purva paksha. First we have to understand what it is. Let me explain this. I told it will be difficult to understand. So tat is equal to tvam. Tat is equal to tvam. Both the left hand side and right hand side have got viruddhamsha, because tat parokshatva adi chaitanyam, therefore sarvangyatva sarvashaktimatva ityadi. Tvam-padam is aparokshatva chaitanyam tvam-padena, which is alpagyatva alpashaktimatva. Purva Pakshi gives a suggestion. We don't need Bahatyaha Lakshana, that is Jagadajagal Lakshana. We can do Ajaga Lakshana itself. Ajaga Lakshana means retaining the word and adding something. Anya Padartha Swikaranam. Anya Padantare Anya Padantarena Padarthasya. Padantarena Tat Padarthasya Swikaranam is Ajaga Lakshana. Not dropping, but we need to add one more word. That is Ajaga Lakshana. Jaga Lakshana is over. Ajaga Lakshana. So for that, the Purva Pakshi suggests, let the Tat-padam, which has the Viruddha aspect. What is the Viruddha aspect? First, let Tat plus that Viruddhamsha. Viruddhamsha is that Upadina. Ye amshaha bhavanti, te viruddhaha bhavanti, viruddhamsha. Tattva plus viruddhamsha. Viruddha with regard to tvam. Similarly, tattva is, now tattva will be referring to Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam plus viruddhamsha. Here it is samashti viruddhamsha. So it is, you have to note, viruddha is samashti. It is not veshti. In Tvam-padam, we have samanamsha, which is Chaitanyam. There also with viruddhamsha is viruddhamsha, which is viruddha due to veshti. Whatever the limitations caused by the veshti upadhi, that is viruddhamsha. Now Chaitanyam aspect is both sides same. Now drop this viruddhamsha. Just set aside. Just now Chaitanyam is there. This viruddhamsha is now, it is dropped. And Chaitanyam is there. Now here viruddhamsha vyashti is there. Now you take this, because Jagalakshana is Swikaranam. You take this and you had here. Now it is equation. This Chaitanyam plus viruddhamsha is, it is Jivatma. And here it is, Tattva is Paramatma. Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Now Chaitanyam plus viruddhamsha of Vyashti, therefore here it becomes Jivatma again. This is what Purva Pakshi says. Jivatma is equal to Jivatma. What equation is this? Jivatma is equal to Jivatma. A rose is a rose, a tree is a tree, a plant is a plant. What big revelation is there? Jivatma is Jivatma. Setting aside the viruddhamsha of the Tat-padam, of what is denoted by the Tat-padam, that is samashti aspects of the Tatpadam, that is Viruddhamsha, that is set aside, and you add the ST, the limitation which are caused by the Veshti Upadi, that you add to the Chaitanyam. That is what is referred to by the word Tatu. Now this equation is there. A silly suggestion is given by the Purvapakshi. Then we say, then what is equation is this? So this is one possibility. Second possibility, the same way, he suggests, Purvapakshi suggests. Here it is Samashti. Okay, Viruddhamsha. Viruddhamsha of Samashti, here, Samashti. Then, here the Viruddhamsha of Vyashti, that you can drop. This is second possibility. Then to this Chaitanyam which refers to Samanamsha, which is referred to Jiva. So here you add Viruddhamsha of the Ishvara, the attributes of the Paramatma, Ishvara. Now that is the equation. What is Chaitanyam plus Samashti Viruddhamsha is Paramatma. Now here what we did, Chaitanyam is retained, and to that we added, because that is what Ajaga Lakshana is. So you have to add. So we have added Viruddhamsha, attributes of the Paramatma. Therefore, now what happens here? Now it is Paramatma is equal to Paramatma. Again, the same silly thing only. What equation is there? Ishvara is Ishvara, Jiva is Jiva only. Then what is the revelation done by this Vakya? So this is what Purvapakshi says. That is, this is what the meaning of this line. Swartha Viruddha Amsha Parityagena, Viruddha Amsha of Tatpadamba or Tvam-padamba. Anything one you take, and then you can do the next thing. If you take Tvam-padam, drop the Viruddha Amsha, which is Parokshatwadi, Sarvagyatwadi. Parokshatwadi, Adipadas, Sarvagyat all included. So Sarvagyatwadi, all those you drop it. Parityagena, Amshantara Sagitam, Anya Amsha. Anya Amsha is referring to the Tvam-pada Amsha, Sagitam, that you add to the Chaitanyam, because there only Viruddha aspect is given up. Therefore, equation Tvam-pada Artham Lakshayatu. Atava Tvam-pada, if you take, there you drop the Swartha Viruddha Amsha, dropping that. Amshantara Sagitam, take the Amsha of the other one, that is Paramatma, you add. Therefore, what happens? Paramatma is equal to Paramatma, the Tat-padartham, Lakshayatu. Anyway, equation we require, that for Purvapakshi suggests. Then why do you require Bhaga Lakshana, Bhakatyaha Lakshana iti? How silly itself we can see. What is the equation? So this Ajaga Lakshana means Svikarana. Some Anya Padantarena Tat Padartha Svikaranam is Ajaga Lakshana. Therefore, it tries to explain the Mahavakya by that, but doesn't work. Because of the defects shown here. Because of the defects, therefore Ajaga Lakshana na bhavati. And the next line explains why it is. So therefore, and the reason is Tata and Tvam-padam, when these two words are very well mentioned in the Vakya itself, unlike Shonaha Davati. Shonaha Davati, there Ashvaha not there. Therefore, you have to bring it. Here Tata and Tvam already mentioned the Vakya are it's given. So, therefore, saying that Tatpadam devoid of its contradictory aspect and bringing in the Amsha of the Tvam-padam, or Tvam-padam devoid of its contradictory aspects and bringing the the amsha of the yतर-padam. This is, by this, we don't, it doesn't serve any purpose. A new purpose is not served. So therefore, this cannot be, ajag lakshana can be accepted. That's what is the next place. Next line passage the author is going to say. So this is a suggestion given, but suggestion going to be negated. You can see the translation. The opponent says, why not construe the sentence as follows? Let the word tat, indicating Ishvara, give up the conflicting portion of its meaning. Conflicting portion is this other get part. Written only the non-conflicting, which is Chaitanya. Then it can combine with the import of the thou, which is individual consciousness with all its limitations. So that all the limitations which are there, that you add to the tat-padam. Therefore, now what happens? Thou is equal to thou. In the same way, that is equal to that. What is this equation? What purpose is served by this explanation? Nothing. That is point out here. The next line. Let us read. Ekena padena
एकेन पदेन
Svarta amsha padanta Svarta amsha padartantara ubaya lakshanaya
अंश पदार्थ अंतर उभय लक्षणाय
okay. Svarta amsha padarta antara padartantara it is. To be read together. Svarta amsha padartantara ubaya lakshanaya
स्वार्थ अंश पदार्थांतर उभय लक्षणायाः
asambhavat
असंभवात्
padantarena
पदान्तरेण
tadartha pratitau
तदर्थप्रतीतौ
lakshanaya
लक्षणया
punaha tat pratiti apeksha abhavat
तत्प्रतीत्या अपेक्षा अभावात्
tat pratiti apeksha abhavat yan sandhi tat pratiti apeksha abhavat apeksha abhavat. Okay. So here, simple reason we can say that the previous line Purva Pakshi passage. Now here Siddhanti. Siddhanti says, see, you are asking a word, a padam to do two things. That is not possible. A word can serve only one purpose. If a word serves more than one purpose, then it is not possible to understand the meaning of the sentence. Because what sense the word makes, it cannot be construed if the word serves more than one purpose. Therefore, that is not acceptable. In order to understand the meaning of the sentence, the word has to serve only one purpose. So, both the words being mentioned in the Mahavakya, unlike in the Drishtanta, Shonaka Davati, both the words and their meanings are also very clear. Only when the meaning is not clear, we can apply the Lakshana. When the meaning is not clear, but when the individual meanings are clear, so therefore you don't need to apply something by that, make it more complicated. And so therefore words are used and the meanings are clear, and the equation cannot be challenged because it is Shruti Pramanam. The equation has to be explained. So therefore, since the words are already mentioned and the individual meanings are also obvious, it's clear. Tat padam, tat padana Ishvaraha, tam padana Jivaha iti. So Jiva and Ishvara are equated. So both the words are mentioned. Therefore, that has to be explained. Therefore, you don't need to apply, imply something. Then, since both the words are mentioned, therefore, you don't need to imply something, which is by the word which is mentioned already in the Vakya. Shonaha Davati Ashvaha word is not mentioned. Therefore, you have to imply that which is not mentioned. That is not the case here. So that's what he says. In the case of Gangayam Goshaha, the word is not there, Tiraha, therefore it is implied by dropping Ganga. That is Jagal Lakshana. Shonaha Davati, there the word Shonaha is not given up. By the word Shonaha, it is not meaningful. The sentence doesn't make sense. Therefore, there is an apeksha of another word. That's it, some implication. Therefore, and the word is not mentioned. Therefore, we need to bring in or supply the word which is not mentioned, so that the meaning becomes clear. Is it the case here? No. Here, it is not like Jagal Lakshana, not like Ajagal Lakshana. Jagal Lakshana, the word is not mentioned. Therefore, there is dropping of the given word, and in that we bring another word. Here both are mentioned, Tatu and Tum are mentioned. In Ajagal Lakshana, the word is not there, therefore you have to bring in another word. Here also, since both the words are there, therefore you don't need to imply that which is already mentioned in the sentence. Therefore, both the lakshanas are not applicable to arrive at the meaning of the sentence, Mahavakya. So therefore, the defect is pointed out by here. For applying Ajaga Lakshana, the word must not be there in the sentence. That's obvious. Shonaha Davati, Ashvaha not there. But what you do to explain the sentence with Ajaga Lakshana, you are bringing the Nikrishta Upadhi of Jiva. You are taking the Nikrishta Upadhi of Jiva and adding to the Samana Amsha, Chaitanya Amsha of Tat, and saying there is equation. According to Jagal Lakshana, what is implied should not be there in the sentence. It is here. So this is a defect. Therefore, the defect is pointed out. Ekena padena, by the same word. Swartha Amsha, its own meaning, part of its meaning, Swartha, a part of its own meaning, Swartha, Swartha, Amsha part. Padantara Ubaya, Padantara is another word. Swartha Amsha, Padartha Amsha, Padasyartha, Padantara, Anyapada, meaning of the another word. A word retains a part of its meaning and it indicates the meaning of another word. Another word it accepts. That is asambhavat. It means a word cannot do two different things simultaneously. Not possible. Retaining a part of its own meaning and padantara, padarthantara, meaning of another word it takes. That is a dosha. Ubhay Lakshana dosha it is called. It is called Ubhay Lakshana dosha. Ubhay Lakshana dosha is a word retaining a part of the meaning of part of its meaning, its own meaning, and taking up the meaning of the another word. That is a dosha. If we communicate like that, then we cannot make head and tail of the sentence. So, ekena padena Ubhay Lakshana asambhavat. Ubhay Lakshana yaha asambhavat. Therefore, Ubhay Lakshana is the dosha. Swartha Amsha Padantara. That is Ubhaya. Swartha Amsha is one. And Padantara is another second thing. These two, they are Ubhaya. Lakshana. Ubhay Lakshana yaha. asambhava, because of the impossibility of the same word indicating a part of its meaning and the meaning of the another word. This is not possible. This is a defect. Then, padantarena sambhavat, padantarena tadartha pratitau lakshanaya punaha tat pratiti apeksha abhavacha. Moreover, another dosha. Padantarena means by another word. By another word, tadartha pratito, when the meaning of that word is directly expressed. When the meaning of the word is directly expressed. Punaha, therefore, there is no apeksha. Tat pratiti apeksha abhavat. There is no expectancy of the meaning. Tat pratiti. When the word is directly, when the meaning is expressed directly by the other word. Padantarena, by another word. Padartha pratito, when the meaning is directly expressed, then we don't require the application of the lakshana to explain the first word. When the meaning is expressed directly by the other word, why do you require this lakshana? Why do you require the application of this lakshana to the first word to indicate it? That is, tat-padam. By tat-padam, the meaning is clear. Meaning is directly expressed. Now, does it require the application of this lakshana and to the first word, the tvam-padam, you apply the lakshana to indicate the tvam-padam? That's not required. When the meaning itself is directly expressed. When the tat-padam refers to meaning is very clearly expressed, or paroksha chaitanya iti, does it require the lakshana to be applied to the other word to indicate that? Tat-padam reveals tat-padam, Ishvara. Tvam-padam reveals Jiva. So to know tat-padam, what you do? To know tat-padam, you apply this lakshana to the other word to indicate the tvam-padam. Only when there is apeksha, you have to do. There is no apeksha here. The pada reveals itself clearly. So, padantarena tadartha pratitau. By another word, when the meaning of a word is directly expressed, then lakshanaya, by implication, punaha tat pratiti apeksha bhavat. When the meaning is directly, it is implied. Then why do you require to indicate the meaning of that word? Because only when there is apeksha is there, then you can do. When the meaning is directly expressed, there is no need for lakshana to indicate that meaning. So lakshanaya punaha tat pratiti. Jivatma is Jivatma. You require to understand Jivatma. By retaining the samana amsha of tvam-padam and add the jiva lakshana, the jivatma amsha to the tat-padam, not required, because tvam-padena tat-pratiti bhavati eva. Therefore, lakshanaya apeksha abhavat. Similarly, tat-padena tat-padartha pratiti bhavati. Punaha lakshanaya padantarena tat-pratiti apeksha abhavat. So this is a second dosha. When the word reveals itself directly, so you don't have to bring in the meaning of the other word by implication to indicate that. It is not required. This is the second dosha. Because of these two doshas, we cannot apply ajagal lakshana. The dosha must be clear. First dosha is a word retaining a part and bringing in the meaning of other. That is not possible. That's called Ubhay Lakshana. Second thing is when the meaning is directly expressed by the words. You bring in the meaning of the other word to indicate that is unnecessary, not required. That is another dosha. When the meaning is clear, then why do you bring? You go to the market, meaning is clear. What else is required? Go to the market. It is pratiti. So when the meaning is very clear, so you don't have to bring in the meaning of the other word by lakshana to express the meaning of that word. That we don't do in Vyavahara, in Shastram also we cannot do that. So that is the dosha he's talking about. So punaha tat pratiti. Punaha tat pratiti means tadartha pratito lakshanaya punaha tat pratiti. Only when there is apratiti lakshanaya tat pratiti bhavati. That is fine. Tadartha pratito anya padena punaha tat pratiti lakshanaya apeksha nasti. There is no expectancy. There is no expectancy by implication to reveal the meaning of a word when the meaning is expressed directly. So, therefore, this is a dosha. Therefore, in the Mahavakya, Tata and Tvam being there, directly expressing its meaning. So, therefore, you don't have to apply the Lakshana and again, refer to the word, refer to what the word means. Therefore, Jagal Lakshana ruled out. Then Jagal Lakshana ruled out. Jagal Lakshana, what Jagal Lakshana with the Dashtanta being told and why it cannot be applied. And Ajagal Lakshana, what Ajagal Lakshana with the Dashtanta, the author has told the examples he had taught us. And why it cannot be applied, the reasons given. So when these two Lakshanas are ruled out, the only available Lakshana now is Bhagatyaka Lakshana. What is Bhagatyaka Lakshana? That is the next line. Let us read. Long passage. Tasmadyata.
तस्मात्
Soyam Devadattaha iti.
सोऽयं देवदत्तः इति
Vakyam
वाक्यं
Tadartaha va.
तदर्थः वा
Tatkala etatkala vishishta devadatta lakshanasya.
तत्काल एतत्काल विशिष्ट देवदत्त लक्षणस्य
Vakyartasya
वाक्यार्थस्य
amshe virodhat
विरोधात्
viruddha tatkala etatkala vishishta amsham
विरुद्ध तत्काल एतत्काल विशिष्ट अंशम्
parityajya
परित्यज्य
aviruddham
विरुद्धम्
devadatta amshamatram
देवदत्तांशमात्रम्
lakshayati
लक्षयति
तथा
तथा
तत्त्वम् तत्त्वम् असि इति वाक्यम्
तत्त्वम् असि इति वाक्यम्
No, तत्त्वम् असि. It's obvious. तत्त्वम् असि इति वाक्यम्.
त्वम् असि इति वाक्यम्
तत्त्वम् असि इति वाक्यं
तदर्थः वा
तदर्थः
तदर्थः वा
वा
परोक्षत्व अपरोक्षत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्य एकत्व लक्षणस्य
परोक्षत्व अपरोक्षत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्य एकत्व लक्षणस्य
लक्षणस्य
वाक्यार्थस्य अंशे
वाक्यार्थस्य अंशे
विरोधात्
विरोधात्
विरुद्ध परोक्षत्व अपरोक्षत्व विशिष्ट अंशम्
विरोध विरुद्ध परोक्षत्व अपरोक्षत्व विशिष्टांशम्
परित्यज्य
परित्यज्य
अविरुद्धम् अखंड चैतन्य मात्रम्
अखंड चैतन्यमात्रम्
लक्षयति इति.
लक्षयति इति.
I will read again without sandhi. Right. तद्यथा सोऽयं देवदत्त इति वाक्यम्. तस्माद् यथा. Okay. तस्माद् यथा सोऽयं देवदत्त इति वाक्यम्.
तस्माद् यथा सोऽयं देवदत्त इति वाक्यम्.
तदर्थो वा तत्काल एतत्काल विशिष्ट देवदत्त लक्षणस्य
तत्काल एतत्काल विशिष्ट देवदत्तलक्षणस्य
वाक्यार्थस्यांशे विरोधात् विरुद्ध तत्काले तत्काल विशिष्टांशं परित्यज्य अविरुद्धं देवदत्तांशमात्रं लक्षयति. देवदत्तांशमात्रं
लक्षयति.
तथा तत्त्वमसि इति वाक्यम्. तदर्थो वा परोक्षत्वादि विशिष्ट चैतन्यैकत्व लक्षणस्य वाक्यार्थस्यांशे विरोधात् विरुद्ध परोक्षत्व विशिष्टांश परित्यज्य अविरुद्धम् अखंड चैतन्य मात्रं लक्षयति इति. Sentence is self-explanatory. Example, back to the example. Soyam devadattaha. Tasmadeta. This is not tadyata. I don't know why I read tadyata. Tasmadeta. Soyam devadattaha. Soyam devadattaha. Bhakyam. Tatkala vishishta devadattaha. Saha devadattaha. Etatkala vishishta devadattaha. Ayam devadattaha. Iti. This vakya, where that devadatta and this devadatta, they are not contradictory. They are contradictory in what? Vakyarthasya amshe virodha, not completely contradictory. That devadatta and this devadatta, this is that devadatta. In that, it is not completely contradictory. Vakyarthasya amshe virodha, partly. There's contradiction only in a part, in a portion. The person devadatta is same, and the contradiction is because of these the aspects, because of the features, which the features has undergone change. The bodily features of the person. That is why the devadatta whom you saw before and the devadatta who you see now, that seems to be different. Because he has grown, the body has undergone changes, a huge change, not the same. He can't be the same kid as you have seen him 25 years before. He's a grown-up man, he has developed mustache. So that contradictory aspects are there. So vakyarthasya amshe eva virodha asti. It's not he has become completely a different person. Not he doesn't become a Ajnadatta, the same Devadatta only. So therefore only he is able to recognize that person. Soyam Devadatta. This Devadatta is that Devadatta. You are that person whom I saw you 20 years before. So you are able to discard the Viruddhamsha in your mind and able to recognize the Devadatta, and you say, is that Devadatta? So that Viruddhamsha is given up because Viruddha, I'm sure the Amsha is Virodhatva. Viruddhatvat, Virodhat, Viruddhamsha, you give up. Aviruddhamsha you take. Vakyatasya amshe eva virodha asti, therefore that parityajya. Viruddha tatkala etatkala vishishtamsham parityajya. So, tatkala vishishta devadatasya, that is what is referred to by the word Soyam Devadattaha. There, tatkala vishishta amsham, that special amsha, special aspects, because that alone has undergone change. The core person is same, Devadatta eva. Therefore, what contradicts that Devadatta from this Devadatta, that part, that amsha parityaja, give up, discard. How do you discard? You cannot shave the person. Remove the emotional, you will not become that. You give up mentally, parityajya, buddhya parityajya. You have to discard. Discarding aviruddham Devadatta amsha matram lakshayati. That Devadatta, that part, that aspect, that part, but there is no virodha, aviruddham. The non-contradictory aspect is there. That is why there is a pratiti, Swayam Devadattaha iti. So that aviruddham Devadatta matram lakshayati. What lakshayati? That vakya, Swayam Devadattaha. Viruddhamsham parityajya, vishishtamsham viruddhamsham parityajya, aviruddhamsham svikritya. Devadatta, aviruddhamsham is Devadatta matram. Only the Devadatta, that person, lakshayati. So, giving up the conflicting, contradictory parts, which is brought about by time, place, etc. Therefore, only that aviruddha amsha, the non-contradictory part, by considering that there is an identity, lakshayati, is that Devadatta. Similarly here also, tattvamasi iti vakye api vakyam tadartaha va. Its meaning, vakyam tadartaha, tasya artaha tadartaha, the meaning of tattvamasi vakyam also tadartam va parokshatva, va means api, parokshatva aparokshatvadi vishishta chaitanya ekatva lakshanasya, that is in the vakya tatattvamasi. Tata is parokshatva vishishta chaitanyam, tam is aparoksha vishishta chaitanyam, that is ekatva lakshanam. Chaitanya drishtya yata soyam devadattaha, that viruddhamsha drishtya ekatvam asti, tadvat atrapi chaitanyam is samana amsha, therefore that's ekatva lakshanasya. Vakyarte viruddha asti, vakyartasya amshe virodha, that which is virodha, that you have to drop. But the virodha, the upadi. Upadi brings in the contradictory aspects. Because of upadi, there is contradiction between the two. So viruddhamsha, vakyartasya amshe virodhat, aviruddha parokshatva parokshat vishishtamsham. Sorry, viruddha, vakyartasya amshe virodhat. Therefore, that viruddha is a parokshatva, aparokshatvadi, amsham, that contradictory part, viruddha part, is what parityajya, giving up. Vakyartasya amshe virodhat. In the vakyartha, there is contradiction only in its part. Therefore, there is aviruddha portion, aviruddha part. So, viruddha part you give up. Viruddha aspect amsha is parokshatva, parokshatva, the vishishtam. That is the viruddha aspect that you drop, parityajya. Having given up now, what is that? In tatpada, you give up the viruddha amsha. Viruddha amsha, sarvajnatva, sarvashaktimatva, sarvajnatva, sarvashaktimatva, ityadi, the amsha which are upadi kalpita, that you drop. Similarly, in tampada also. In tatpada, it is utkrishta upadi is the what is denoted by the word tat, chaitanyam plus utkrishta upadi. In jiva, it is chaitanyam plus nikrishta upadi. Upadi being upadi, that brings in the contradiction, that brings in the conflicting, that is because of that there is a conflict. So therefore, you remove the conflicting aspects. How? Cognitively. So therefore, nikrishta upadi, jivasya nikrishta upadim parityajya, ishvarasya utkrishta upadim parityajya, virodhat. Amsha virodhat, therefore amsha virodanam kartavyam. Therefore, giving up. Then what you have? Both sides now, that which contributed for the conflict or conflicts are dropped. Now we have aviruddham. Tata is chaitanyam, tam is chaitanyam. Aviruddham, akanda chaitanyam, matra eva lakshayati, tatvamasi vakyam lakshayati. Bhagatyaha lakshana only will fit in. So aviruddham, akanda chaitanya matram, akandam chaitanyam, pure chaitanyam, pure awareness, which is akanda, not subject to division, akandam, indivisible, not subject to division, akandam sachidanandam, tadeva lakshayati. Then what separates tata from tvam? It is the seeming contradiction, like parokshatva, parokshatva, bigness, smallness, total and individual. That alone separates the jiva from Ishvara. So therefore, dropping all those upadi, kalpita, Veda, which brings in the separation, there is aikyam. So this alone jiva has to discover. We will continue this in the next class. We'll see. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhanyavada.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.